Hello, it's me again. So I know you might want to sit down right away, but we're not going to start sitting down. We're going to actually start standing with our hand on the back of a chair. So a kitchen chair works, the back of a couch works, anything. But I want you to have the couch, the chair, whatever it is, or even a countertop. Countertop's fine, your hand will be just up a little bit more. And I am short, so obviously if you're taller, you might want to be at a kitchen counter or something a little bit higher than the chair height. Okay, so just standing with the counter on your right side, I just want you to take your feet a little bit wider so that they could be as wide or a little wider than hip width. Take the left hand on to the left hip and just turn your head to look towards your right shoulder or the right wall, and then the other way. Good. So we'll just kind of warm up that cervical spine before we go. You might feel, little cricks and cracks and whatever else. As long as it doesn't hurt, you're A-okay. Good. 2 more. Good. Now stay just facing me. Do a tiny little bend in your knee, but try not to make your knees come forward. So a tiny little bend, stick your bum back. So it looks like this. Like if you could have your hands in your hip creases, your bum would go back. Okay? So no bum forward. And I'm not talking big here. Like just go little. Just little. Good. So just try about 3 of those. Just little. 2. Good. And 3. And now you're going to very slowly turn to face the chair and do the same thing. So don't try not to lean into the counter. Just use it there for support, just in case. Tip. You can feel your lower belly working to pull into your back. Tip. Good. Bum back. Good. And then turn the other way. So now the counter, the chair is at your left hip. Right hand on the right hip. And bum goes back, little. So these are tiny, tiny little bends. And 1 more time. Good. All right, back to the center. Both hands on the back of the chair, and then bend your knee, and then turn back to where we started. Good. Okay. So now all I want you to do, hold the chair. You're going to lift the right knee, put it down, and then the left knee. So I know this might feel uncomfortable for you. If it hurts, of course, we don't do it. But the idea is to move in ways that we wouldn't normally move, right? In a variety of ways so that we can start to train our body to feel safe in these movements. That's why we're close to a chair. That's why we're not rushing. All you're doing is a little march here. Good. We've got 3 more. Just lifting, using those, these are called hip flexors. Yes. Good. And last one on the right, and last one on the left. I know, you're going to turn around to the other side, do the same thing. So a little bit of marching, a little bit of breathing. So making sure, my pace might not be your pace. You might be able to go faster. You might feel more steady on your feet. You might need to go a little bit slower. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. The point is that we repeat the class over and over and over and over and over again until it starts to feel a little bit more comfortable. Good. So we do the same movement so often. You can just take a minute to think about that. Keep marching. How the movements that you do are repetitive because that's what your body is used to and what your body feels comfortable with. But not on my watch. We're changing up a little bit. Good. 4 more. 3. Notice how you shift your weight side to side. 2. And then 1. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. Turn so that you're facing the chair. We're going to practice spinal extension. So feet can be as wide as the chair or a little bit narrower, as wide as your hips, whatever works. Okay? No No big rules there. Okay, so take a big inhale and just try to lift your chest up to the sky and lift up. Good. And then as you exhale, walk your feet back a little bit and just round through the back. So this is like standing cat-cow. Good. Stand up, walk your feet towards the counter, and we'll extend again. So lengthen through the spine. The belly actually feels like lifting up too. The eyes are not looking at the sky. The chest is literally lifting to the sky. So I don't want your head back like this. Good. Good. And then come back into the cat position where you push into that back of the chair, that counter, and round, chin to chest. One more time. Walk the feet closer. Lift up. And then walk the feet back, round through that spine. Good. Okay, so seeing how this feels with this rounded spine, take both hands over to the right side of the counter or the chair. Good, and then hands come through and over to the left side. Nice, come back to the center, walk the feet in, and stand up. Okay, so we're going to do a real yoga thing here, Sun, Sal, 1. Sun, Sal, 1. We're doing it with the chair. Try it, see how it feels. If it sucks, try it again. If it still sucks, try it one more time. That's kind of a rule, try everything 3 times. If it doesn't work for you, figure something else out. Okay, so hand right on the back of the chair. Good. And let me know, right? Inhale, reach that left arm up high. Then as you exhale, the hand is going to come into the hip crease. Push the hips back just like we promised. We practice. So the bum goes back, just a tiny little squat. Now, really carefully, you're going to take that right foot back. Good. And this, reaching the left arm up, is what's called a crescent lunge. Good. Hand comes back onto the hip. Step that back foot forward. Let's try that again. Reach the hands high to the sky. Hand, not both. Good. Left hand comes onto the hip. Push the hip crease back as you bend the knees. This is just a tiny little bend. Shift the weight onto the left foot. Step the right foot back. Reach the left arm up for your crescent lunge. Good. Hand comes back into the hip crease. Back foot steps forward. And then we stand tall. Last one. On this side. Reach the left arm up. Good. Fingers go into the hip crease. So I want you to push the hip creases back. And imagine you're using your other hand, but you don't have to. Good. Right foot steps back. Keep both knees bent as you reach the hands high. Hand back on your hip, and then the back foot forward. Okay, stay with me. Flip over to the other side. Here we go. We do it 3 times on this side. Reach the right arm up. Fingers go into the right hip crease. Push the booty back. Yes. This will tighten up those glute muscles as well, making them stronger. Step that right foot back. Good. Lift the right arm up. Good. Hand comes back to the hip. Step the back foot forward. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, fingers go into the hip crease. Push both hip creases back. So it's not just one, it's both hip creases back. Right foot steps back, crescent lunge, reaching the right arm up. Good for your shoulders too. Hand comes back onto the hip. Back foot steps forward. Last one. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, fingers into the crease. Sit back, sit back, sit back. Sit your bum back. Yes. Yes, good. Right foot steps back. Reach the hand up. Right hand up. Good. And you should feel supported here while you're doing this too. Like you're not going to fall because you've got that chair or that counter. Hand comes back to the hip. Back foot forward. Whew. You want to sit down? Me too. Okay, so find a comfortable position-ish, and I want you to grab your block. Good, sitting nice and tall. We'll start with our rainbows. Left shoulder, up and over to right shoulder. Up and over to left shoulder, up and over to right shoulder. up and over to left shoulder, up and over to right shoulder. Okay, put the block down, find your triple S. This is a test to see if you remember. Triple S, the skull, the scapula, and the sacrum. So we don't sit like this ever again in our entire life. Okay, this is not good for us. It's not good for anything. It's not good for our brain, our spine, our belly, our butt. It's not good. Sitting nice and tall, finding the back of the head lined up with the scapula, now lined up with the sacrum. Now let's try those rainbows again. Start on the right, up and over. Do you feel the difference? Yes, you do. I know, lifting up and lifting up. Good. And lifting up and lifting up. Good. And then put the block down on your thigh. Now this is going to feel a little funky, but I want you to do it anyway because it's good for your butt. You're going to clench your butt cheeks and release. So from this side, actually, let me just move my chair to the side. You may or may not be able to tell. Who's kidding who? You'll be able to tell. Look at my butt. Okay, so I'm sitting a little bit up so that you can see here. You're just tightening butt, loosening, tightening, loosening, tightening, woo, loosening, tightening, loosening. Good. So I want you to do about 10 of those. Yes. Good. So tightening and loosening. Tightening and loosening. And if you tighten and you go jiggle, 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 wiggle, 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 enjoy that. Nothing wrong with it. Feel into your body, right? Me too. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. It's all good. 2 more. And the last one. Whoo! And that butt got a good workout. Now, I want you to go ahead, take the block again, place the block behind you, and it might sit, depending on how kind of like what you're sitting in. It doesn't work for mine, but that's okay. But behind you, kind of on your lower back area. Oh, I got it fit in there. So mine's buckling a little bit, but that's okay. Good. And then we're going to try to reach our hands up behind our head and then extend back a little bit. Now, if that hurts the back, we don't do it. Good. And then we can release that. Nice. Okay. I'm going to move my chair back. And here we go. You've got the block. Place the block in between your thighs and squeeze in, release. Squeeze, release. Squeeze, release. Do you see where my hands are? So I'm squeezing my thighs, and I'm also trying to keep my belly contained so it's nice and strong. Yes. How about your triple S? Is that head forward? Get it not forward. Good. 4 more. Squeeze. 2 and 1. Nice. All right. From there, you're going to go ahead and just place the block back on your thighs. Let's do our 10 more butt squeezes. 10, 9. Go at your own pace. 8. Close your eyes. 7. See if you can squeeze both cheeks at the same time. So I have one that wants to activate more than the other. So as I close my eyes, I'm like, oh, really concentrating. I'm thinking, squeeze both cheeks. Squeeze. Squeeze. Good. Last one. Squeeze. Whew, that's hard work, hey? Okay, take your hands. Interlace your fingers. Push your palms towards me. Find your triple S. So you're still sitting up nice and tall. Reach your hands to the sky. See what that feels like. Stop if you feel like tension on the shoulders or not tension, but like any pain. We don't want pain. Ever. No pain. No, those days are over. We don't want pain. Come down. Good. Sitting nice and tall. Shoulder rolls. We'll do that again. Interlace the fingers. Push the hands away. Reach the hands as high as you can. So they might come all the way up. I have a little bit of restriction, like on the sides of this ulnar side. So I mean, I don't go up that high. Like I just have a little bit more restriction there, but that's okay. Yeah, and then come on down. And then 10 butt squeezes. Do you want to hear that this is your last butt squeeze? It is! Yay! Good. Nice. So once you're done your 10, I'm only halfway done. We're going to do a little breath work, and then you are going to go on with your day. Or you could do this all over again too, because that's fun. Or add another old lady yoga to this old lady yoga, because that's fun too. All right, so just sitting nice and tall. Close your eyes. I've got the block on my thigh with my hands on the block, and that's fine. Okay, so I want you to think about filling up the back side of your body, so the back rib area, with breath. Okay, so as you inhale, instead of rounding through your belly here, I want you to push into your back. So take a big inhale. 2, 3, 4, and then open your mouth and let it out. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 3, 4. Exhale. 3, 4. Okay, stop. Look at me. Breathing is hard because we have to sit still and we have to think about something that we never usually think about. But I want you to stay with me because it is important to manage the way that we breathe, the muscles that we use when we breathe, and the opening of the back of the body to stay healthy. Okay? So we're going to stay for about another minute to a minute and a half and practice 4 counts in and 6 counts out. I want you to take your hands and place your hands on your belly. Try to not let the belly push into the hands because, again, we want to feel the back body push into the chair or whatever you're sitting on. You could also do this laying down. That I actually find a little bit more restful for me, but seated is great, especially if you've got back stuff going on. Okay, so take a big inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Now exhale out the mouth or the nose, it doesn't matter. 2, 3, keep going. 5, 6. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Feel the air in the back. Exhale out the nose or the mouth. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's long. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Breath goes into your back. Let it out. 2, 3. Keep pushing out. 4, 5, 6. You're halfway there. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good job. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last 2. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just take a moment to be calm. I want you to notice how you feel after doing that practice where we rigorously moved around our mat. And then, of course, we sat down and we rigorously moved on our chair. And then we did that breathing. So just notice how it feels to tap into this parasympathetic nervous system, which means you're resting. And that resting is what we need for longevity and for peace. So I just had a little thing that I read this morning that I thought, oh my goodness, you might like it. Awaken to your heart's contentment. So one day you'll awaken to discover your life is all you wanted and hoped it would be. Oh, you'll not find everything just the way your head said you wanted it. It might not be the exact way that you planned, but you'll awaken to your dreams of joy, love, and peace, your dream of freedom. You'll see beyond the illusions. You'll transcend your old limiting beliefs. You'll wake up and notice that your past is just as it needed to be. I know. You'll see where you are today is really good. You'll notice that you laugh a lot, you cry a lot, and you smile a lot. You'll look at tomorrow with peace, faith, and hope, knowing that while you cannot control some of what life does, you have possibilities and powers in any circumstance that life might bring. The struggle you have lived with for so many years, the struggle in your heart, has disappeared. You're secure, at peace with yourself, and at peace with your place in this world. One day, you'll awaken to your heart's content.